welcome. I guess we're still doing these? We're still doing
Yes,
these.
we're just been a little bit late because we got a lot of crap to do school-wise.
Again, yeah. Well, hey, look, college. Am I right?
Exams. That's the issue. We're
yeah.
sorry. But we're only 2 weeks away from the Nintendo Switch and Breath of the Wild, so we're going to kind of breeze through these games now.
I was about to say, and we only have, like, what, 4 more of these
We
games
have
to go through?
4 more of these we got 2 weeks to it.
So 2 a week. Oh, we can do that.
Yeah, we could. It's totally doable.
No problem.
Absolutely.
All right. So, lead the way.
All right. So this week we're talking about the greatest Zelda game ever made, Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. This is the best one because one, it is different. It does not follow the classic Ocarina formula, which every other game in the series uses, except for Breath of the Wild and this one.
Carry on.
And it has the most fleshed out characters.
All right.
It's one of the shortest ones, but it is just immensely fun. It has a great time mechanic, and the dungeons, while short, they're pretty great, and the bosses too. The bosses, like, everything in this game is so atmospheric, and like, if you could define Majora's Mask in one word, it is atmospheric. You've played part of it. You haven't finished it.
I've gone. All right, here I'm admitting to like a cardinal sin against Legend of Zelda and saying this. I have never actually like beaten Majora's Mask. I played an emulator when I was about 14, I think. No, it would have been before that. I would have been like 12 actually. Point is, I never had like a physical copy of Majora's Mask, but I played an emulator, and I got up to the point where you turn back time for the first time. And you get to be a human again. You kind of dick around as a kid Link.
Yes.
And then I put it down because I was like, well, you know, there's all that, like, you know, the half hour I put into this basically gone because now the characters recognize me, all that crap. It's like I had to go do all of that again. I don't think I've ever beaten one of the 4 dungeons.
Well, in defense to Majora's Mask, it has a more messed up time mechanic than Ocarina of Time.
I mean, Ocarina of Time, like, the time mechanic was simple. It was step into room, step out of room in future. Or step into room, step out of room in past.
Well, you got the whole Tongue of Storms is time paradox.
That's a paradox, but it's not a mechanic. Well, okay, it's kind of a mechanic. But, don't worry about it.
Anyways, see, the thing with Majora's Mask is that whenever you travel back in time, you get to keep the items you get in dungeons, like the bow and arrow and things like that.
You don't use them, though.
You get to keep them when you travel back in time.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
your money's also stored up.
In Ocarina of Time, Kid Link has the slingshot.
Yes.
Adult Link has a bow.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to see an adult running around with a slingshot. If they want to kill something, they're going to have a bow. And you're also not going to see a kid running around with a bow because they're not going to be strong enough to use it, so you're going to have a slingshot.
No, this kid has a bow. It doesn't have a slingshot.
I'm talking about Ocarina.
Yeah, well.
So, that makes sense thematically. Now, it's like, yeah, just give the kid a bow. I'm sure he won't poke his eye out or anything.
He's in a different place. He's not in Hyrule. He's in Termina.
Same thing.
Which, again, it's so much better than Hyrule in Ocarina of Time. Because every character, while they look the same as their Ocarina of Time, you know, counterparts, they are actually more fleshed out as characters than any character in Ocarina of Time. The side quests in Majora's Mask make Majora's Mask amazing.
I don't know, man.
Because here's what happens. The reason the dream mechanic is cool is because there's a routine that all the characters follow throughout the 3 days. Right? Every character has a thing to do.
Right.
At every time of day. So, you get to know these characters and you go one by one. You follow each character one by one in every day. And it's like, oh, you know, I want to do this and I want to do that. My favorite side quest, the cafe story, is my favorite side quest in the game. It literally takes you from the start of day 1 to like the last 5 minutes of your life.
Here's my counterpoint, though. That I'm aware of the cafe side quest. If you don't do that one last, let's say you did that first. That was the first side quest you did. You help people get to their happy ending. Everyone's fine and dandy.
Yeah.
But now the world's ending. How do you save the world? Well, you don't have the things to go save the world in the last 5 minutes. So you have to go back 3 days. So now, it never really happened. To those people who are inside the time loop that you keep resetting, you are outside of time. To those people, the end of the world was averted in 3 days. And only in 3 days. There was no constant resetting. So if you want to keep talking about atmosphere and theme and in-game kind of like story stuff, to those people, the last side quest that you do is the only one that actually sticks around. And it will never be the cafe side quest because it leads right up to the end of the world.
Okay, I'm going back to the whole time gets kind of messed up because in some side quests you earn masks from them and the masks transfer up no matter how many times you travel through time. So,
but okay, again, that I understand because you are outside time. You're the one kind of controlling time, right? So I kind of imagine it the same way that every time you see a superhero in a movie, Quicksilver, running super fast, so fast enough, or they're stopping time, right? And they're the only ones, and they still kind of like poke things around. By all means, the shirt on their back should have ripped off and stayed where they were standing before. But they still have it with them because it's on them, and that shirt, that mask is outside of time along with you. That's kind of the reasoning I have for the inventory sticking around. But to the people that are inside that time loop, 3 days passes. Not 6, not 9, not 30, however many resets it takes you to go through.
There's still better developed characters than any character in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, but none of it matters. It doesn't matter. You can go through the cafe side quest 14 times. It's not gonna be the happy ending at the end of the game. It doesn't matter. You might as well just skip it because those people, you can go through it once. You reset time, they forget about it.
Well, technically, when you finish the game, all the resolutions to those side quests actually do carry on.
Yeah, well, I mean,
so
we're talking about atmosphere here, though.
Yes.
My biggest problem with Ocarina of Time is you lose progress. Because every time you reset the 3 days to save the world, or to get a second chance to save the world.
I didn't know Ocarina of Time had 3 day
Fucking A, Majora's Mask. Time is funky, alright? Every time you reset time, you're going back in time 3 days.
Yes.
This is the basic premise of Majora's Mask. You have 3 days to save the world. If you don't do it, whatever, here's another 3 days. All you have to do is just reset all your progress. And I do mean reset all your progress. In that it kills anything that you were in the middle of doing. And anything that you'd already done, aside from an actual dungeon where you get something that like is permanently on you, anything like story-wise that gets done in that first 3 days is lost forever. Right?
Yeah.
And only certain people are going to remember that. And those people are the ones that are outside of time. You, Skull Kid, and Mr. Creepy Smile.
Yes.
To a degree.
The Happy Mile salesman.
That's the one. So it's like, I don't know. My biggest problem with this is that it's like I don't feel a sense of accomplishment when I'm playing through it. Like, you have to get to the very end to see all those side quests you did wrap up. But like, while you're playing through it, it's like, imagine doing Monday every day for the rest of your life. Repeatedly. It's a Groundhog Day scenario, and I hate that movie because of it. I hate Groundhog Day, and I will admit this. I don't give a damn about it. I don't like Groundhog Day because it's the same day over and over, and it doesn't progress. I mean, it does. Like, the movie explains it very well. Like, it gets better when he's not a douchebag. Cool. In a video game, not progressing and doing the same damn day over and over is hell.
Yeah, but every day you're doing something different. Anyways, aside from that, one of the best mechanics in this game are the masks. Because you literally take the concept from Mario, which is power-ups, take power-up, turn into that thing.
And you put it into Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
I will admit, the mask stuff is kind of cool.
Like, I absolutely love playing as a Goron.
I intend to go and finish the game just so I can get all the masks and see what they all do. But I'm probably not going to do that for a while. I don't think I'm going to be like blazing through this game in 2 days. It's probably going to take me a little bit to finish.
You could just play before Breath of the Wild. And you should be fine.
I mean, sure. Look, in my opinion, there are better 3D Zelda games. There are better any kind of Zelda games than Majora's Mask. The only reason I haven't done it is because I don't see the appeal in it. And from what I've played, I don't really want to keep playing a whole lot. Like at this point, I'm gonna finish it for the sake of having finished it. But I don't think I'm gonna do anything extravagant.
I think you just gotta experience it first. For you to like kind of just really just get a grasp from it. But again, okay, the masks are awesome.
Okay,
it's just like, because usually in most games you get, most Zelda games just get items and stuff.
Right. Just open the fucking thing.
Why?
I want to see your notes, bastard. Go on.
You usually just get the items, and that's your way to like power up.
Right.
Having to turn into different creatures does change up the mechanic a lot, and also your interaction with other characters. Some characters would even say, "Oh, you're a Deku. Well, get out of here. We don't like Dekus. Oh,
Right.
you're not a Goron. You know what? You gotta be a Goron here to buy things here."
Basically, what they're saying is everyone in Hyrule or Termina is racist.
Yes.
In the most literal sense of the term, if you are not of our race, our literal non-human race, get out of our village.
Well, you know,
Or whatever the
well,
human
for
aliens
example,
are.
a Deku cannot carry a big ass bomb. A Goron can.
I mean, a Deku could if he just put his mind to it, and he decided to work out those sticks and turn them into logs.
Oh my god.
And I'm not talking about myself for once.
God damn it. Oh my god.
The power up, like, as a mechanic, it's cool. I will admit. Using masks and getting different powers to do different things is a cool thing. Mario did it first.
That is true. Zelda did it better.
But I will give you, Zelda did it better in that it's like, it's not just, usually, you think Zelda power-ups, it's items.
Yeah.
You gotta flip, you can't really, like, you gotta swap out the bow for bombs and etc. But actually, like, being straight up, like, transformed into a Goron and then just spin rolling around like Sonic, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. However, I don't know how I feel about, like, it's still a Zelda progression of power-ups, where it's like, you're not gonna get the crazy, stupid, strong thing that turns you into adult Link. What's it called?
The Fierce Deity Mask?
Fierce Deity Mask. Like, before you're gonna get the... I don't know.
Actually, that mask, slight spoilers, if you care.
I don't care.
The Fierce Deity Mask can only be obtained if you have every mask in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
But it's like, it's still got the Zelda progression,
Yeah.
Whereas it's like in Mario, it's like your base power up is the mushroom. After that, you can get whatever the hell you wanted as long as it's on the level,
Yeah.
right? You can get the fire flower, you can get a feather, you can get Tanuki, you can get Frogman, you can get penguins if it's in the game. You can get a fucking sock on top of those. You can jump around in a high heel if you're playing Mario Maker. But it's all based on, like, it's not a, okay, first get the mushroom, then get the fire flower, then you can work your way up to a feather, and if you're good, we might let you try your chances at getting a Tanuki suit. Right? It's like mushroom Tanuki, or mushroom fire flower, or mushroom feather. It's like they're all on the same level. Whereas in, like, Zelda power up, the masks are very much, it's a progression. So it's like you're still kind of stuck to this, like, you have to get these in these orders to be able to play the game.
Then also, I mean, the masks are not just one purpose masks. I mean, you could also use them like in other areas of the world. So like, you're not limited to using the Goron suit only in the Goron area of the game. You can use it in other areas too, where like keys necessary to progress in the overworld. So I mean,
But I mean, like, if you get to, like, let's say that it's necessary in another part of the world, and you don't have the Goron mask, you can't get past that part because it's like, oh, you haven't hit the progression point that would let you get past this part in the outside world.
yeah. I mean, inevitably, I mean, the main story of the game is pretty linear. Because of that. I mean, you got to remember, this game was developed in 1 year.
Linear, as much as a 3-day reset can be linear. You're doing the same line, just putting it darker and darker with each stroke of the fucking pen. I'm good. I'm fine.
You gotta remember, this game was developed in 1 year.
I know.
1 freaking year.
I know. Maybe that's why I don't like it quite as much. But, I mean, I don't know.
It's like
man.
us writing essays, like
it's
10-page essays on one night.
Hey, don't knock it until you try it. But it's like, okay, I will say, I don't hate it. It's not the worst Zelda game. It's not a bad Zelda game in any sense. The Oracle games are still hands down my least favorite. However, I don't think that this is the best Zelda game out there. I definitely, like, the Link to the Past, Link Between Worlds, definitely better than this. I would put Twilight Princess over this, honestly. I like Twilight Princess more than I like the Majora's Mask.
Hell no.
Like, I'm sorry, but I don't think Majora's Mask is the end-all be-all of Zelda games.
Okay, finish Majora's Mask, and then we can talk.
And I will say the same thing again. I like Twilight Princess. I like it more than I like Majora's Mask so far.
Oh gosh, Twilight Princess is the worst 3D Zelda game. It's not a bad game. It's not a bad Zelda game. It's just out of the perfect games that they've made in the Zelda series. So we're back.
Alright, we got interrupted. What were we
Yes.
saying?
Again, out of all the Zelda games, right? Do you think you could agree that as games themselves, they're all high
They're
ups,
all pretty
right?
good as,
Like you know, if you give
Yeah.
them a scale between 9 and 10.
I mean, yeah,
Always.
but that's... When everything's 9 out of 10, nothing is. You know?
Yes.
Which is why you compare them to other Zelda games. It's
Yes.
a more favored...
So so
scale.
comparing Zelda games, you know, I think Twilight Princess it's not as good as all of them. However, as a game itself, it still ranks in that like 9 zone.
I don't know. I don't know, like... I get that a lot of people didn't like Twilight Princess. And we'll talk about this more when we get to actual Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
But I really liked it. I really, really, really liked it, even as a Zelda game. And I mean, granted, before that, I'd played Wind Waker and the Ocarina of Time emulator that I had. So it was like my third Zelda entry. But since then I've played several other Zeldas, including the really crappy DS ones, which we're not going to do videos on. No, God no. But I could still go back and play it again. I could still go and redo Twilight Princess. It was by no means was it a bad Zelda game to me, and I really liked it. And I'd be completely fine with playing it again.
Again, I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't think it's as good as the other ones.
I mean, I would honestly take it over like Ocarina of Time. Skewer me as much as you want in the comments, but like I
2 videos from now, we're just gonna be fighting over this Twilight Princess deal.
And we're fighting over Majora's Mask now, so it's like, what's the fucking difference?
Oh my gosh. Okay, but yes. Anyways, I think just Majora's Mask was just really great. It has a lot of memorable moments. Skull Kid is one of my favorite Zelda characters.
Skull Kid is a fantastic villain, and is much better than fucking Ganondorf. And I will give you that.
Yes.
Ganondorf is such a, like, classic video game trope, like, no fucking dimensions at all. Skull Kid is a fantastically done villain.
See, Ganondorf is Lex Luthor. Right, he's calculated, he's smart, but he's very generic. But, you know, Skull Kid, he's the Joker. He's unpredictable. He's awesome.
I love that even when we're talking about fucking Legend of Zelda, you still manage to bring it back to comic books.
Exactly.
But I mean, I will agree with you. Like, Skull Kid is a fantastic villain, and I will admit that I know about him simply because I've always kind of gone through life of, I'm not gonna play Majora's Mask. I'm okay with seeing this spoiler video. So I'm like, I know about his story. I know about everyone's stories in Majora's Mask. Skull Kid is a very interesting villain. He's not. It's still a Nintendo villain, so it's not like super. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, he's a redeemable villain to an extent.
But I mean, like, he is a good... they did a good job of making him the villain, and, like, he has his own motives, which I really enjoyed. But, like... I don't know if that's enough to redeem the entire game for me. He's a interesting character to go up against as a hero, because he's not a clear-cut dark king that wants to end the world kind of villain. He's more of a I need friends kind of villain. And when his grand plan is, I can't have friends, so none of you can live. Moon bomb. But I mean,
please remind me to never give you the power of the moon.
I don't think we have to worry about that. But I mean, like, that's still not enough for me to, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put that in words, but it's like, you get what I mean, though. It's like,
Yeah.
On his own, like, if they had just done one big story about Skull Kid, that would have been great. The fact that he's kind of like, he's there as a setup and as a major conflict, but you don't actually, like, go toe-to-toe with him at all until the very end, is a little, like, it kind of kills it for me. Now, if he had, like, shown up, like, halfway through each dungeon and been kind of like, yo, I'm here to fuck your shit up with a mini-boss, that would have been really cool, because then he would have been a bigger, like,
Bigger threat.
like, a bigger, like, driving force where you, like, want to complete the dungeons. But it's like, he shows up in the beginning, the first 3-day cycle, and then at the end. And aside from that, you don't really see him.
Okay, well, last thing, just this really last thing. The moon. The moon is like fucking, I mean, how could you talk about Majora's Mask without talking about the damn moon?
So, I don't know if you ever played, Sonic Adventure, but in that, there's also a moon. And it also has a creepy eye, nose, and smile. It also has a magnificent mustache that blew up half of it. I want you, when you're editing this, I want you to put a side by side of Majora's moon and then the Sonic Adventure moon, and just like, what the fuck is with Nintendo and making moons creepy?
That was Sega.
You know what? You're right, but it was on a Nintendo console, so it counts.
Anyways, no, yeah, I mean, again, I think you should give it a chance. I love the game. I love the characters in it. And personally, I think it's personally my favorite game.
I will play it. I don't think that my opinion is going to change that drastically, where I'm going to go from having it be one of my least favorite 3Ds to being my favorite 3D. Wow, I did not talk that right at all. One of my least favorite 3D Zeldas to my favorite 3D Zelda, but I will definitely, I'm going to play through it.
Yeah, I think just give it a shot.
But I'm like, it's going to take a while. I'll be honest. Like, every other Zelda, the idea of progression is what pushes me. And in this one, the idea of progression is turned on its head, which is kind of like what holds me back, honestly. But I will beat this for the sake of beating it. I don't think I'm going to come back and play it a second time.
That's fine.
I mean, we're going to have the same conversation in 2 videos when we talk about...
Oh yeah, Twilight Princess is going to be such a fun video.
Oh boy.
Next one's going to be with Wind Waker, so I don't think there's going to be much disagreement there.
No, Wind Waker's pretty fantastic. There will be one disagreement, and we will talk about it when we get there.
Yep.
And I think you already know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Alright. In any case, what are we at?
That's good.
That's alright. We're gonna kill this here before we go over. And also, it's 6:35. We want to go home.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I had 6 hours of sleep last night. I'm also hungry as hell. So, on that note,
let the moon rain on us.
Yeah. Moon, bomb, trigger, click. We'll see you in the next one. See ya.
See ya.